See? Yeah. Put you in here. Put this here. Yeah, it's your birthday. You say happy birthday? You're 1 year old today. Oh no. Oh no. And you're teething. Oh no. Oh, I can't see myself. So, today is my daughter's first birthday officially. I celebrated it on Saturday last week, and but today's her actual birthday, Tuesday, June 22nd. And I want to tell you, there's two stories I remember specifically about my daughter's birth. One of them not so entertaining, but the other one is a bit more entertaining. And I'll tell you in just a second, but I got to vacuum my car. I got an oil change yesterday, and they left the windows down like after it was done, and the wind swirled and kicked all the leaves and dumped them in my car. So I'm going to vacuum really quickly. Look at all these leaves, all those little crumbs and stuff. I just got back, oh my. Okay. I just got back from dropping my daughter off and washing the car, and I noticed underneath my car is an oil spot. I got my oil changed in my truck yesterday. I think they didn't put the oil filter on tight enough, or so it's leaking oil. I gotta take it back. I don't have time for that crap today. Anyways, the story about my beautiful daughter, Vera. Two things. The first story is about when I found out. Now, for you guys, this might not be very interesting, but I remember I just started a new job. My wife and I kind of decided, like, if another kid would be nice, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, like, we weren't gonna like track cycles or any of that kind of weird stuff. We were like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I remember I came home from San Diego. This is right as the COVID stuff was breaking out in 2020, early 2020. And that's where my mind was at. I was busy at work, a new job. I had pretty much all but forgotten about, us potentially having another child. And I walked in the door, and my wife's like, with my son's like, "Hey, we have a surprise for you." You think that'd be like a kind of a giveaway. I had no idea whatsoever. And she comes out of the bathroom with a pregnancy test. And I'm like, and I remember my face, at least my feeling, because I mentally was nowhere near thinking about us potentially being pregnant. And I just absolutely was like floored, like excited but scared and like unprepared. And it's like, oh my gosh, we have 3 kids. At the time, our basement wasn't finished, so like, we only had 2 bedrooms in the main part of our house. I'm like, where we're gonna put all the kids at? Like instantly, I started thinking about, now we're outnumbered. We have to go to zone defense, out of man to man. Just this massive rush of like excitement, like, oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my gosh, I'm not prepared for a 3rd kid. We have to finish a whole basement. Where am I gonna get the money for that? All that stuff. And I just, that stuck with me because I feel like I reacted poorly. I feel like my wife was kind of like, I don't know, maybe she didn't. She'll watch this. I just remember not being like, oh my gosh, it's great. I'm so happy. I was like, what? What? You are? It was yeah, you get the point. The other thing was, and this is kind of a different, more somber note, is I remember on the day we were having our daughter, well, first of all, the day we're supposed to have her, we had already get the car and they call us and say, not today, we have to cancel, because this isn't the height of like the COVID outbreak stuff, right? Where everyone's kind of, they don't know what's going on, can't be in the hospital. The hospitals are packed full of COVID positive people, which again was just, let's take me and my wife who are healthy and don't have COVID and go into a COVID infested area. Didn't love that idea. But then the day came for us to actually have Vera, planned C-section, because prior 2 kids were C-sections. And I remember as we're rolling down the stretcher, just rolling the stretcher down the hall to the OR to do this, to have the baby. And I remember seeing the whiteboard, and on the whiteboard there's some sign. Let me back up. The whiteboard is in this hallway, because the OR we were in was like a secondary OR. It wasn't their main OR. So it's not like where a ton of people walk by. It's like where the nurse's station was, okay? And this whiteboard said something to the effect of like 3,486 positive, COVID positive babies born so far this year, or something like that. It was some number. And it was, at the time we didn't know, do the moms pass COVID to the babies? They had a whole section of the NICU that was totally quarantined for babies that were born from COVID positive moms, all this stuff. And I just remember being like, this is so weird. We couldn't have any guests or visitors, which is good and bad. Like, you want your family to come there, but sometimes, when you have a baby and all the guests come, you feel like you got to do a lot and you're tired and all that stuff. So nobody could come visit the baby. It was just a totally unique, different experience. Hope we'll never have to go through again. Well, we're done having kids, so that's one reason. But hopefully this COVID stuff's mostly done, and the way we react to it is over. And it was just a totally unique experience, and they quickly moved us out of the maternity to another area because we didn't have COVID, and like they wanted us away from all that. My brother, he works as a pharmacist. He brought me some beers, which was great. But I just remember this, first of all, finding out we were pregnant and just being totally unprepared. That feeling is something you'll never forget. And the second, just seeing that sign of like, this is so surreal. We're in the middle of this pandemic and we're having this baby and surrounded by COVID positive people and in this maternity ward with COVID positive babies that we're not sure if they pass it on or not. And yeah, it's a big truck driving by. That's not good for the audio. Anyways, that's my story about Vera. Happy first birthday, Vera. If you ever watch this 20 years from now, if YouTube's still a thing, I love you. You're awesome. You're full of life and character, and you're born in a pandemic. So happy first birthday. See ya.